welcome back to my channel. It's Michelle Amoré. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Michelle. So today's video is highly requested by one person. Shout out to you. This person has literally, I don't even know who you are because you don't have like an Abby picture or whatever. So I literally don't know who you are. Seems like a spam and fake account, but still a good video idea, so thanks so much. But anyway, this person keeps harassing me almost about updating you guys on my law school journey. So I thought I should just go ahead, sit down and do a little chit chat and let you guys know where I'm at in the process, any updates and things of that nature. So if you're interested, stay tuned. All right, so as of today, December 17th, 2020, I am officially done submitting all my law school applications. So coming into the cycle, I was like, oh, I'm gonna apply to like 14 schools. I think it was actually even up to 16 at one point. But the way I just started cutting. And let me be honest, how I even started cutting down schools. First of all, I know I don't like the cold. So for me to sit here and have a list where 90% of my schools are on the East Coast makes no logical sense. So anyway, that helped with like cutting down things. But let me tell you the biggest reason, the biggest motivator that really cut my list in like half. Y'all, them supplemental essays. And I know I sound so bad and I sound super lazy, but it was like, why am I doing the most writing these supplemental essays for half of these, not even half, most of these schools that I really don't even want to go to? Like, I just feel like it's a waste of my time, and I feel like there's just no point putting in or submitting a subpar application where I know I didn't really put in my heart into it. So I'm just like, let me just save your time as the law school admins, people who are reading the applications and whatnot, and mine and my money as well. So I cut out a lot of schools just on that basis. Like, if I wasn't motivated to really write the supplemental, I wasn't gonna apply. And actually how it ended up coming down, all of my schools that I applied to, I didn't really have to write a supplemental essay or extra essay for any of them. So that was great. So all my schools, I only submitted a personal statement and a diversity statement and just like the regular standard stuff that I needed to submit to all my schools. And it worked out fine, and I love my list. And then honestly, there's only 3 schools that I really see myself attending. I'm not gonna name the schools until like I hear back from everything and then do a whole video on that. But there's only a few schools that I really want to attend. And in terms of like finances and considering scholarship negotiations, I did apply to some schools that would help with that, like that were similarly ranked within that school's ranking system, so that hopefully I'd be able to levy scholarship offers from those schools and get a higher scholarship package from the school that I really want to go to. But other than that, I really didn't go overboard. I didn't go extreme. I kind of just feel like, I don't know, this process, you don't know. Like, you could apply to 30 schools and things might still not work out the way you want them to work out. So don't get me wrong, it's great to put yourself in the best position possible. But if you're like me and you just did not feel compelled to apply to like 20,000 schools, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be okay. I just feel like we're gonna be okay. Things are gonna work out the way they're supposed to work out and the way they're meant to be worked out. Now, if anything, what I am in the process of like considering, not even considering, I'm pretty certain I'm gonna go ahead and take the LSAT again, really for scholarship negotiations, because I know I can do better and I really wanna break into the 160s. Like, hitting a 159 is so disappointing. I'm like, look, I think that's just God telling me to like try harder, you can do better, don't sell yourself short. And so I really do intend on doing that. So I'm currently signed up to take the January LSAT. However, honestly, with this whole process of retaking the LSAT, if you've been following me on this journey, it's just been crazy. So I wanted to take it in November, but I ended up moving to Spain in October, in the middle of a pandemic, yes. But I moved there, and then I felt like I overestimated my abilities to handle moving across the world in the middle of a pandemic and adjusting to life there and stuff. Like, it was just entirely too much going on for me to really have the space to focus on the LSAT. And then at the same time, I still wanted to get my applications in early, because honestly, a 159 isn't like, oh my gosh, jumping over the moon of joy for that score. But at the same time, I know it's a decent score and it's not a bad score, and especially for like schools that I'm applying to and stuff like that, I feel like even just me as like an entire applicant, not to really boast of myself or whatever, but I feel like I do have a lot to offer, and I felt like I had to get to a point where it's like, look, don't allow this number to define you or allow this number to make you feel like you're any less qualified. Just go ahead with faith and submit, make sure everything else is tip-top perfect whatever I'm saying, but you know, tip top shape and whatnot, and just see what happens. Because you know, you as a human being can try, do as much as you can, but at the end of the day, it's the grace of God that takes you beyond the level of your own abilities. So I'm at the point where I'm just trusting God, but at the same time, I believe in hard work and putting forth the effort to get where you want to go. So I'm gonna retake this test, and y'all, it's gonna be my 5th time taking the test. Like, it's so embarrassing to say, but not really, because honestly, everybody's situation is different. But yes, I'm about to take this test for the 5th time, and I pray to God that I finally hit this 160 plus, because then I'll just feel so much better, and I know it's gonna put me in an even better position when it comes time to negotiate for scholarship offers. So that's where I'm at in terms of like application submissions and the LSAT. Now, I did want to talk about a few things. So for one, because I ended up leaving Spain and I had that opportunity, teaching abroad opportunity on my resume, I had to now go back to schools and be like, hey, here's an updated resume. I had a change in jobs and blah, 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 blah. And currently I'm unemployed, but really it's because of me, because I mean, I plan on starting to work in January, but I'm in the process of like trying to figure out what I want to do and like where I want to work, because I hate working. Like, I truly hate working. I can't emphasize how much I hate working. So I'm trying to find something that I can at least manage, you know, something that something I'm not gonna like walk out the first day and be like, rather live in a box. So that's really where I'm at right now. But so I haven't really updated schools on like where I'm working yet, but I just told them that I ended the situation that I was doing in Spain early. So hopefully that doesn't affect me negatively. I mean, we are in the middle of a pandemic, so I don't think they're gonna be too like picky and too hard on people about being unemployed right now and stuff like that, or changes in your job status, just because the whole world as a collective is kind of struggling right now. So let's hope. And then I also had to update them on my address change, because I did move back to the US. So I hope they send all my stuff here and not accidentally to my Spanish apartment. Now, moving on to like post-law school admission or post-law school submission, like stress and anxiety. Like, yes, it was hell trying to get our personal statements together and all of the application materials and stuff. But now I feel like even the process of just like waiting is just so nerve-wracking and so like anxiety inducing. Like, it's just so bad. And it doesn't help that the app called Reddit exists, and there's a whole bunch of like super neurotic and obsessive people on there, and I find myself on that app like 20,000. I check that app more than Instagram and Twitter nowadays, which is so bad. Like, it's just so bad. But it also feels great to be with other people who are also stressing about this. But I honestly do want to start limiting my time on that app, because it really is not healthy. And some of these people on there are like really like, please like get help, because it's not okay to be checking your status checker on all your 20 lists, because you know these people applied to 20 schools. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just not okay going through your 20 status checkers like multiple times in a day. It's just not good for your mental health. And so I really want to get to the point where I just get off of it completely, and I'm only notified via calls or emails and stuff, like my status of my applications. I'm not trying to be checking to see oh, my status checker went red and yada yada yada. Like, that's just way too much. Like, live. So that's where I'm at. But it's also been great to be involved in like group meets with other people, especially like people of color, who talk about their different acceptances, possible wait lists, rejections, yada yada yada. It's nice to have an environment to just feel safe and be able to like talk about your experience, especially as a URM applicant to law school, because a lot of times, like I've seen in the previous admission cycle, a lot of applicants will go on there and talk about getting accepted into certain schools, and people will be like, are you a URM? Like, because your LSAT score is so low, and just really rude and disrespectful things like that. So it's really nice to have a safe space with other people who are very supportive and aren't judgmental like that, and aren't going to try and constantly gauge whether or not you're deserving of your acceptances and your wins. So I really love that environment. And if you are a person of color applying to law school this cycle, please reach out to me on my Instagram DMs, and I will definitely add you into those group meets, because I think they're so much healthier than Reddit. So I forgot to talk about interviews. Yes, I did interviews. I did about 2 interviews and I filmed a video on my experience with doing those Kira interviews. And so that's gonna be linked above if you're interested. But yes, I did that. And then one other school that I'm applying to, you guys probably already know, but requires an interview for you to even get accepted. So I'm praying they invite me for an interview sometime, someday, anytime now, any day is cool, whatever, take your time, boo, please don't. But that's what I'm waiting for, so we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I think I'm pretty much done. No, I'm actually not done. I have another school that you do like a video interview, so I need to get that done ASAP. But yeah, other than that, I don't really, so yeah, wow, half of my schools required interviews, but I mean, I don't think interviews are really that crazy. I actually like interviews just because I feel like it allows you to add some like dimension and personality and like really color your application. Yeah, they see your personal statement and other aspects, but actually being able to put like a face to it. I didn't end up applying to Georgetown, but if I did, I would have definitely done the video supplementary aspect just because it's a great way to add personality and really help that interviewer or person feel like they're a bit more connected to you and really see who you are. So yeah, I'm actually really excited and looking forward to the interview components of the application process. And I feel like, at least for me, it really helps my application because I think I'm a decent interviewer. But anyway, that's my little update. I don't really have much else to say about things. As things evolve in the cycle, I'm probably going to be posting my acceptances and like the statuses of my applications as I start hearing back on my Instagram. So if you're interested in that and you want to keep up with that, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram and you can definitely stay tuned. And also, shameless plug, but I am what is it called? I am competing in the Miss Black America 2021 pageant. So if you're interested in ways of how you can support me on my journey to that crown, or even just learn more about the pageant and my platform and why I'm even doing it, I'll link a video above that you can watch. And then also I'll leave a link to my GoFundMe and other websites where you can support me and support my journey to the crown. So with all of that said, I thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening, and I wish you guys all the best of luck on your law school application journeys. Honestly, it's crazy that we're doing this in a pandemic, and it's crazy that we've done this cycle and done this application cycle with all the craziness that's been happening in the world around us, but we've got it. We only have how many more months and we're done with this and we can start law school. But stay strong, stay committed to your goals, and don't let obstacles bring you down. Definitely find a way to get back up and keep fighting for what you know you want. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag, saucy drippin' swag, do. You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag.